even for those of us that are involved in Time's Up, there's like a whole new language we get to learn and a way of communicating. And what I have found is, though people felt displaced, primarily men, I would say, felt threatened. I think the culture was shifting so quickly that there was no period of adjustment. But what I'm feeling now is more a sense of how can we be involved. So meetings conduct themselves. I mean, business meetings are business meetings, boring or thrilling, exciting or disappointing, and those are pretty much standard. But I think the way we choose to speak to each other and how outside, on the periphery of the meeting, is where I'm seeing the biggest change. Men asking me, how can I be involved?
And I think the thing we have to see, which is happening, is, and you've been talking about it today from this stage, is that connection. This isn't just about sexual harassment. You know, we will not solve this problem if all we do is say, we're going to issue some new sexual harassment policies, we're going to do some new sexual harassment training, fire, some, bad folks out there and done, call it a day, because it's rooted in something much more, which is really about building truly diverse, safe, and equitable workforces.
Like I said, it's a new language, and adults are famous for having a very difficult time learning new languages. I don't think that there's any possibility to retreat. I can't imagine a scenario where we all collectively decide that this was a bad idea. And I think that it's a movement in infancy. I think Carrie Bradshaw is very much a product of her generation. And I think her conversations about sexual politics and intimacy spoke to the years she spent, as always, those years prior to being a young adult inform your worldview. I think that she would have a lot to say about this. And I would be curious to read a column, if she could sit back and look at it. I think, this city has changed. That was 20 years ago this June. The city has changed an enormous amount politically and economically and socially. I think it would be a different show, frankly.